Hello. In this video, we'll be looking at an introduction to JavaScript. As part of web programming, JavaScript is very essential because it enables us to add behavior to our web pages. We will be using w3schools.com, the resources in this particular website, as reference for our assignments. On the left side, you can navigate to individual topics in JavaScript. So JavaScript is a programming language. It is used, as part of our web development, and it's a very easy language to learn. In W3 Schools, the benefit of using W3 School is you can try something out really quickly by clicking on those assignments, and you can change content here to whatever and click on run, and then you will see that change right away. So it is an interactive experience that you can get instantly without having to code a lot of things. So if you want to just understand how to do comments, you can actually try this out right away without having to write all this code or know all this code. So that is the advantage of using W3 Schools. So I have, for demonstration purposes, a simple application. I have a HTML and CSS that I'll be providing you in GitHub. All you have to do is download this code. So I'm opening the HTML to show you how the page looks, and my CSS is connected to my HTML, and that is why I'm seeing some of the styles. So there is a little button here. None of these buttons do anything because there is no functionality that's added or behavior that's added to them because we have not yet done anything in JavaScript. So I have my HTML and CSS here. So all I can do is just display all this information and change maybe, when I hover or whatever, then you can change the color and all that stuff. But if you want to really do some kind of additional functionality using the data that is on this page, you need JavaScript to do that. And that is why I have this particular example. So it is like a little quiz. So what's the sum of 3 and 5? And then when you click on this button, my expectation is that it will show me the sum 8. So for that, we need to add JavaScript. So I have this code base that is opened in Visual Studio Code. If you go in here, you can click and say add a new code. So you call it demo.js. So just like how we include our CSS, we have to include the JavaScript file also. Because it is a script file, we use this particular tag called script, src source equal to, and then it will show you any script, any file that is in the local, and then you say type text / JavaScript, and then you close the script tag. So this is how you include JavaScript inside your HTML. Okay, here we have CSS included, and here we have JavaScript included. The very first thing you have to know is JavaScript is case sensitive. So remember that JavaScript statements end in a semicolon. So I'm just typing as though it is the text editor, right? So what I want to do here is, because this is not actually code, we only want code to be inside JavaScript. So I can add comment. This is a comment. Okay, if I do 2 forward slashes, that's a comment. If I have multiple lines, let's say I want these two, let's say I want these two to be commented. What I can do is I can do a forward slash star, and then in the end I can say star forward slash. So this is a single line comment. This is a multi-line comment. Okay. So that is how you add comments to your JavaScript file. So we learned that JavaScript is case sensitive, so you have to be really careful about how you name things and then how you retrieve some things. Okay, let us think about how do we say hello world. That is the infamous first message any program should display. So there are two ways we can say hello world. One is an alert, the other one is a console log. So let me demonstrate what happens. So let's call this as an alert and let's call this as console log. Okay, so I added, this is a function inside JavaScript and we are reusing that function. And this is also a function in JavaScript. So there is a little difference. Anytime you want to communicate to the user using a pop-up window, you would use alert. Anytime you want to communicate or log a message without being intrusive to the user, you would use console log. Let's test these two out. So for that, you want to go to the folder and open the HTML. You have to use the HTML to run a JavaScript file, okay? Especially for any client application. So here is my alert. It's a pop-up window. It says alert, hello world. I say okay. My page loads, and the second message, console log, what you have to do is to see the console log, you do Control-Shift-I, which brings you the developer toolbar. And here you have to go to this console menu, which shows you this console log message. It tells me which line in the JavaScript wrote that particular message. So when you click on it, it tells you the console.log wrote this particular message. Okay, so there are two ways we can communicate. One is to use the alert, the other one is to use the console log. Okay,